Hello, I am your Kingdom, spiritual transformational and life purpose life coach and mentor, Latricia Booker, here with Kingdom Business, where we are empowered. Where we heal, we get delivered, and we get free. We know who we are. We elevate our minds and our spirits and raise and expand our consciousness to ultimately walk in our true divine purpose and power. And that is the truth of who God has created us to be. Kingdom people, we are. We are history makers. We are world changers. We are dream successors. We are wealth generators. We are manifestors. We are curse breakers. And we most definitely are transformers. More than meets the eye. Yeah, kingdom people, we are. Kingdom people, thank you all so very much for viewing my videos. Thank you for the likes, subscribes, shares, for all of your comments and feedbacks and your emails. Thank you for all the financial contributions to my channel and for all the seeds that you sow into me and my ministry. Kingdom people, thank you for everything that you do here on Kingdom Business. I really do appreciate you all, and that is from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Kingdom people. Thank you. So, Kingdom people, you already know what I'm here to do, and if you don't know, then now you know. I am here to drop this beat, this word, this message. Yeah. So, Kingdom people, I am on location, and I am the chain breaker. You too are chain breakers, Kingdom people. Are you ready to break these chains? Let's go. So, Kingdom people, check this out. Today, God brought to my attention something that He was speaking to me about today. And throughout our talk today, what I'll say is this. He brought me back to, they are trying to keep you small while trying to be who you really are. And I said, what? I was like, what, God, what? Anyway. He had told me this before, but he told it to me again this morning. And just kind of led me to speak on this. And I'm like, well, what do I say about this? I mean, where do you go here? I'm like, God, them ones. Kingdom people. Them ones that have tried to stop, block, all that stuff. Stop, block you, hating on you, jealous of you. You know, like I said, it's a thing of wanting to keep you small. And as we know it, is to be ahead of you, want to keep you small, but want to be ahead of you, beat you at your own game, so to speak. But it's interesting, Kingdom people, because God was like really talking to me about trying to stifle you, but want to be you. It's nothing new. But this is what God brought to my attention. He brought back to my attention a situation that I experienced previously where I lived. Well, God is telling me to start from the beginning, not from where I wanted to. So, I don't know why, but God is telling me to start here. And this was not my part of what I planned on doing. Okay, I recently relocated. And where I was prior to now, I had an interesting experience. I had been having some interesting experiences similar to this over the last few years or so, but this one took the cake. So what had happened was, Kingdom people, I moved to this new location. And in this new location, one day I walked out the door. Let me say this. The way it was, they were apartments. They were kind of like townhomes, but they were connected, and they went around, but it was in a square fashion. So it was one apartment next to the next. There was a downstairs and upstairs level. So we had to share the one person on one side of me, where my stairs were, it was people on the other side. We shared stairs. Just that's to know for later. So one day, this is a little bit after I moved in there, I walked out my door to go walk out to the parking lot. And to get to the parking lot, I had to walk past the people next door from me whose stairs I shared with. Now, I'm not thinking about all this at the time. I'm just minding my business like I do, going to my car. And so before you know it, I heard somebody yelling, "Hi, hi." So I turned around, and it was the lady that lived next door, come to find out that she was running out of the door speaking to me. And she was like running and almost falling. She was like, "Hi." And, she was like literally like just all over the place. So immediately I knew she's showing herself. She wants to be seen. I knew that immediately. Okay. So she went on to, I said, "Hello," being cordial. I said, "Hello, how are you?" She said, "Finally got a day off." And I said, "Okay." you know, I thought that was interesting because what I saw in that was she wants me to know she works, showing herself, wanting it to be known. And I said, "Well, I'm off today too." But I was like, "But I work from home," just being cordial and just saying whatever. And she was like, "Ain't," I think she said, "Is there ain't nothing wrong with that?" That was that. Went on about my business. I did think like I didn't say nothing was wrong with that, but I do get that that's just a saying that people say. Okay, that was the first time. Second time, I'm getting out of my car and I'm going into where I live, but I'm walking towards there, and this same lady pulls up, and she's getting out of her truck, and she's literally almost falling out of her truck saying, "Hey." And I spoke. I said, "Hey." And she said, "Where you from?" like like can't even get out of her car to say this. And so of course that was interesting to me. Who does that? So I hesitated because you got to be careful. And I wasn't great. I'm like, I didn't know what she meant by that because I know that she didn't expect me to give her a rundown of I mean, you know what I'm saying, where I wasn't ready to break my life story down to her. And I didn't know her. She was just the person that lived next door. But it was just weird to me that she was literally falling out of her truck to ask me, "Where are you from?" So that let me know right away you're watching me and you're trying to figure me out. You're trying to find out some things about me. So the thing is this: the first time she ran out that door, I knew already she was on crazy. I knew it because she was trying to show herself. She was falling out the door to do so. Second time, she falling out her truck to ask me where I'm from. Okay, stay with me, kingdom people. So we had a small little conversation. I was cordial. Like I said, I recognized immediately, okay, this is some craziness. So we going back and forth, and she went on to tell me about everybody in the neighborhood, which I didn't care to hear. How she don't talk to these people, that people, and they beg too much. She was just saying all kind of craziness. That was cussing a lot. So right away, I knew she was trouble. I knew she was full of mess. I knew she was messy. But I also realized she called herself trying to put me under her thumb. She called herself trying to recruit me as if I needed to be on her team. But what I learned about these kind of situations in some places is people automatically think when you're new that you need a crew or a friend or need to know who's who and need to have somebody to be friends with. And I'm the complete opposite. I'm one who I tend to be to myself these days, and for good reason. First of all, I'm on a mission, and I shared that in a conversation with this lady. I said I'm focused on my purpose. I kind of told her that. In fact, when I said that, her eyes got big, and she started bagging up, going into the house. And what I got from that is that she didn't understand what that meant. She didn't know anything about that. But going back to what I was saying, it was like she was trying to recruit me. So, because it was a thing when people see you and they see that you look like you have something going on. Not everyone, but these kind of people, them ones, they want to recruit you. Yes, to put you under their thumb, but also to benefit off of you. So right away, I knew what was going on. But I went on ahead and had this conversation. This is the interesting thing. This just came to me. This person's name was Queen. And I said later, as time went on and things were transpiring, I said, wow, she was off to a good start with that name. But a queen, she wasn't. Not that it wasn't in her, it's not in her, but the devil has completely messed this person up, completely. And she didn't act nothing like no queen. But her name was Queen, and I thought that was cool. I can remember even telling my mom, I want her like her. I said, but I know that she ain't nothing but the devil. That ain't nothing. I pick up and I see all them demons in her. So anyway, all this to say, this individual and her family, because she had a man, she said he was her husband, and a couple of children, it was a thing where they were all literally trying to recruit me. And how did they do it? They would make a lot of noise on the stairs that I mentioned that we shared. One time, a little bit after I moved there, it was on my spirit. The Holy Spirit kind of told me to let the person in the office know, kind of report it. And all I did was reported what I was experiencing, noise on the stairs, a lot of loud noise. If I'm downstairs, it's downstairs. If I go upstairs, they'll come upstairs. And I said, and if I close my door, it'll just get louder. That's what I said. I didn't say somebody doing, I just shared what I was experiencing. So this person told me to write a letter and that they would give it to the management's office, send it over to management. Right, so that's what I did. Did the same thing, wrote a letter explaining what I was experiencing. And that was in the beginning when I moved there. So, anyhow, the lady from the office came, mentioned to me that the man there said that there was their son with autism and that he could see what he could do. So, first of all, I want to say this. Even if it was the son with autism, which it was sometimes, they have control over that son unless they don't. And according to this man, he didn't. He really did, but he said he'll see what he can do. Now, man, this is a grown man. I almost said something. A grown man, supposedly, but he said he'll see what he can do about his child with autism making noise. This is the thing. I have a daughter. She's now a young adult, but at the time she was a senior in high school, and she rode the special ed bus, the small bus. And I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but let me just stay here. My daughter has autism as well, and I wouldn't let her be doing that. She doesn't do that on her own. She do some things that she do because of her issues, but she don't disturb other people. And if she was stomping around and doing that, I would definitely not allow her to be a disturbance to someone else. Now, in this conversation that I had with this lady this day, she pointed out in the midst of that conversation, I know the boys can be too much. If they get to be too much, just let me know. Okay, just had to point that out. So like I said, during this conversation, I'm already knowing this lady on something. She was trying to recruit me. She also, part of her recruitment was, if they making too much noise, let me know. So they allowed them to make noise. And I believe sometimes it was the lady herself. I'm pretty sure of it. But it was all designed to pull me in, to draw me in, to get me to come over there and say, they're making too much noise. So they can kind of lure me, try to recruit me. That was the whole plan. But I knew what they were doing, and so obviously I didn't go with it. And so, and my thing is, those your children, you shouldn't have to let it get to be too much. Somebody shouldn't have to come say it's too much. If you right there with them, you hear it, so you know it's too much. So again, I'm knowing this is a game. So going back to some time after I, spoke to the people in the office and let them know, one day I seen the lady, or she seen me, and she said something like, you told, can I ask you, I don't remember, but she said something like, you told such and such and such a, and I ain't say nothing. I kept going because when people are on game, it's like, I don't have time for that. I keep it moving. So I didn't say anything. Then she said, I don't remember what she said, but she said, well, I don't say anything about your daughter who rides the little yellow school, but something like that she said, trying to be offensive concerning a child with a disability and a handicap, which is what her child has. But of course, she's embarrassed about her child being that way, and she just uses it to play on people. Of course, I peeped this right away. I didn't say anything when she said that, but she wanted me to respond and react. But this was my thing. I didn't say this to her, but my child ain't doing nothing wrong getting off riding that yellow school bus. But again, she was trying to be offensive when she has a child that has a disability. And anyone that would hear something like that will be looking at her like she crazy, because that's a form of bullying, and you bullying a kid. You know how people make fun of people, and particularly people with handicaps and disability? That ain't cool. That's not cool. But she did that. And again, she has a child of her own with a disability, but the whole idea was to lure me in, to get some kind of chaos going, because I told the office what was going on. The trick wasn't working. They were trying to get me to respond in a certain way so they could recruit me, is what I'm getting to. So it continued for some time. Sometime in November, I want to say October-ish or so. Well, it was, you don't know the time frame, so it was more like May, June, July, August, September. About 6 months after that, I was actually looking for a place to stay. And I was going to have 2 places. And in the middle of doing that, people, one of the place that I had applied, I had talked to and applied, had called where I lived. And from what God showed me, they never told me this, but God showed me that it was questionable because my lease wasn't up. So this person looked back in some whatever files or information they have and saw that I had wrote that statement. And so they reached out to the neighbors about the statement. And sometime after that, this person, they didn't say it directly to me, but I was coming out one day and I guess they were on their phone or acting like they was on the phone. I don't know. And they was like, why you want to be writing statements? You need to tell what you're doing. It was for me to respond. Now this person was mad because I wasn't falling into the trap. Now it had been a good 6 months or so that this had been going on. And obviously they called or reached out to them about the noise from a statement I had wrote in the very beginning when I first moved in. But they not knowing that. And, just trying to still keep going to, now they're trying to recruit me by starting a fight. This is what their attempt is. But the point is, they were trying to recruit me. And they were trying to recruit me to keep me small because they saw something in me and they felt like they were the big dogs in the area. Mind you, I'm knowing all this. I'm not communicating none of this to nobody. Let me say this too. They're probably watching this video, or will. I've learned that they probably watch me more than most of you all kingdom people. But this is, this is what God is moving me to say. It is what it is. Wouldn't be my first time. I just didn't say who they were. Well, I have said neighbors before. It's been a while, but for some reason, God is moving me to share this. So what happened is, towards the beginning, I thought I was there for a couple of months. I hadn't been doing videos for a while here. And God had told me to take a break for some reasons. And when he moved me again to start back, doing videos, a little bit after that, God showed me that this lady had she worked at the post office in the area. And she had looked, and the way the post office is set up, and I kind of know because I used to work there years ago, is how when you're neighbors, it's a route, and when you're neighbors, your mail is right next to it. When it's sorted, it's right next to each other. So she knew where her mail was. I'm sure she probably was allowed to go and just grab her mail, but she would grab my mail sometime too. But specifically to look and see what was going on and trying to see what my name was, because I never said my full name. I only said Latricia. I believe she said her full name, but I don't remember nothing but Queen. I'm not trying to keep up. I wasn't trying to keep up with her, but she was trying to keep up with me, which is why she went to find my name. So she went to find my name because she had to research me. Because remember in the beginning, when she was falling out of that truck, she said, "Where you from?" So she's trying to figure out where I'm from, what I'm doing, what I'm on. She just wanted some information. Now, Emmanuel, I'm just a neighbor. But this person obviously was using her job to be on what she was on. She was trying to recruit me and trying to get information on me to figure out exactly how to recruit me or how to do whatever it is she was trying to do with me. So, like I said, she started watching my videos. So, this is where it gets deeper, where as time is going on and I'm not responding to them trying to recruit me and pull me in, now it's big time. I want to make you small. Now I want to be you. Because it became a thing where you watching me not just in the area, out your window or whatever, who knows, but you're also watching my videos and who knows wherever else. I could care less. But the point is, it was all designed to recruit me, but to recruit me to make me small, to use me, and to be me. It was a thing where these people, because it was the whole family, and I don't really fault the children because the children are a representation of their parents. Their parents not only allowed it, but they would encourage it. They would have them doing this because they had a goal. They were trying to recruit me. But it became a thing where I would be aware that this person was trying to make me small. And so what would happen was God would show me, they would start talking about me to people in the area and try to make me look a certain way, lying basically, because how would you know anything about me? And I don't even deal with you. But the thing was, they were mad. She was mad. I'm saying she because she did most of that work. Now the man, he was just in the background egging her on. And not just that, he had his eye on me. And I wasn't checking for him, her, them, because it was all just toxic and crazy. But again, they seen something and they were trying to recruit me. But it came to a point to, like I'm saying, they were trying, I'm going to say she, him too, the man, but yeah, no, that's the man. I don't even know right now what to do with that. Not just right now, but when a grown man is doing stuff like that and it's towards a woman, I'm questionable to call you a man. I'm hesitant, should I say, to call you a man. I'm personally convinced you actually like men. That's just my take. No shade to whatever. I'm just making a point because that's just my take on men. Because he would be tripping with me on me too, but not to my face, except for on videos. He would comment and they sent some emails, through fake accounts or whatever. And but the point is, I don't want to call them no names, but it's that B word with itch at the end. That's just how I see men like that, because that's what they are. It's like, what are you doing? That's not manly. Anyway, I'm probably going to catch you for this, but I'm okay with that because it's just on my spirit to share this story. So, this is the thing, Kingdom people. It's a whole lot more to that, but for some reason, it was just on me to share that part. That's not where I was going to start from, but I done kind of gave you a run through of where I'm going here. Again, they are trying to keep you small while they are trying to be you. Now, just keeping all that in mind. This is the thing, Kingdom people. We are walking with God. We're doing things God's way. Let me add this. They knew that. They became aware that if you're watching and stalking somebody, and listening through the walls, I had to, be quiet. It couldn't really do much in there because, I just couldn't. And I've learned in certain areas among certain kind of people, that's kind of what happens. But it is what it is. So what the thing is, Kingdom people, they knew that I was into God just from observing me, not because I said something to them, because they were stalking me basically. And their whole idea, their whole plan was to convert me from what I was doing to what they wanted me to be, which was on their team. They were trying to recruit me so they can make me small, not make me who they discovered I was with God in God. They were trying to take me down. They were trying to make me small, but again, they were trying at the same time to be what they seen with me. The problem, kingdom people, is that they couldn't do it. Why, kingdom people? Because when you're doing things, I'm going to say the devilish way, because that's what it was, you can't be what you see with somebody who's doing things God's way. And I'm hearing right now, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. See, so first, you got to seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Now, they're trying to keep you small, but they're trying to be who you really are. But they're not seeking first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. So how are all these things going to be added to them where it's not? Well, it's not. It can't be. Well, I'm going to tell you, kingdom people, they tried and they tried and they tried. And I'm reminded of a comment that was made on one of my posts. It's been a little while. Didn't have anything to do with the post. And this person said it was nothing negative towards you. It was strategy. That's literally what they said. Of course, I don't never comment on their stuff. Well, it's been a couple of times, but not in a way of engaging them like they wanted me to. But this is the thing. They said it was nothing it was not nothing negative towards you. Now, they were trying to make me think we're not trying to be on crazy towards you. It was strategy. Number one, my thinking is I knew it wasn't nothing negative with me because I ain't the negative one. And then they called it strategy. And around that time, I think I was speaking on something that had to do with divine strategy. So they were letting me know that was a strategy. And that was their strategy, listen, kingdom people, to try to recruit me. And it's so crazy because they said it. Now, man, they in some way not knowing I know it's them, but at the same time you gotta know I know it's you, because it did make sense what they were saying in the comments. I was supposed to say, who is this, or what are you talking about? Of course I didn't do that. I just deleted the comment. So going back to what I was saying, the whole idea, kingdom people, was to recruit me. These people are out here trying to recruit you so they could be you. Now here's the key, kingdom people. They need you to be you. They need to know you. They need to watch it. Listen, they can watch you. They can even watch you if you have a platform, watch you on your social media, whatever it is. Just if they're around you and they're watching you and trying to figure you out. I know all about that too. Trying to learn, know your ways, to see how you do things so they can be you. Even if they're doing that, kingdom people, they're operating out of a spirit of, they're not operating out of the spirit of God, so it'll never happen. But kingdom people, they are literally trying to keep you small so that they can be who you really are. Now, again, God said to me that they could never do that because they're not seeking me. So I said, well, God, what's the problem? This is this morning. I said, what's up with this? What's the problem? God said they operate from a spirit of fear. And I was like, what? He said they operate from a spirit of fear. And he said, in fact, that's why they're trying to keep you small. See, anyone that's trying to keep someone else small is operating out of a spirit of fear. And then they're trying to, on top of that, be who you really are. Again, a spirit of fear. You don't even want to be who God made you to be. Well, God said they don't like who they have become. They like what they see in you better. But remember, kingdom people, you walk with God. That's the God in you. When people don't have no God in them, they trying to keep you small so they can be who you really are. Now, these are the scriptures that accommodate this. Interesting. Mark 4:40 says, he said to his followers, why are you so full of fear? Do you not have faith? So when God brought me to that scripture, I'm like, trying to understand, how does that even go? God said they don't have no faith. They don't have no faith in God. They don't even know God to have faith in God. They know of God. But then he went on to say they don't have no faith in themselves. Because when you have faith in yourself, at least, you want to be who you are. They operate from a spirit of fear. It says, why are you so full of fear? God said they are full of fear. That's why they're trying to keep you small. They are scared of your greatness. They see the greatness in you, what you got going on, whatever that is, kingdom people, which we know is that's just your anointing. It's just the presence of God. It's just because you are kingdom people. It's because you are the chosen one. But see, when they don't know like that and they don't know God like that, they get afraid. They become full of fear when they see you. So they need to make you small. But here it is, kingdom people. They want to be who they see in you. They try to make you small and then try to be who they see in you, who they see that you really are. Now, again, remember, they got to recruit you at first. They got to try to at first. If that don't work, they just, they got to wing it. So, kingdom people, Isaiah 41:13. For I am the Lord your God who holds your right hand and who says to you, do not be afraid, I will help you. Now, here's the thing, kingdom people. God holds our right hand. He said, we don't got to be afraid. He'll help us. Kingdom people, they ain't doing that. They're full of fear. They're not walking with God. God ain't holding their right hand. God ain't helping them. So how they going to be us? How they going to be who you really are, kingdom people? Let me tell you how they think. They trying to keep you small. They're trying to muscle you down, keep you small, so they can be who you really are. But the problem is, God is with us. He holding your right hand, and he saying, you ain't got to be afraid of them ones trying to keep you small, that's trying to be who you are. He said, I will help you. God is helping you be who you are. He already put it in you. He already created you to be who you are. He did with them at some point in time, but they went left. But we ain't going to go into all that. Not in this video. Them ones are trying to keep you small so they can be who you really are, kingdom people. Trip me out. I done heard this in all kind of ways, but this one kind of really tripped me out. But then when he gave me fear, and we know fear is false evidence appearing real. It's that whole thing when people feel threatened by you. And I always had to think with that, because I'm like, threatened at what? I'm like, I'm minding my business doing me. What I'm doing don't have nothing to do with them. But in their minds, because of fear, they feel threatened. They feel threatened because you are who you are and they are who they are. I mean, oh, 1 Peter 3:12-14. The Lord watches over those who are right with him. Listen to this. I'm going to say that one again. The Lord watches over those who are right with him. He hears their prayers. But the Lord is against those who sin, who will hurt you if you do what is right. I just spoke on that part. But even if you suffer for doing what is right, listen to this, you will be happy. Do not be afraid or troubled by what they may do to make it hard for you. Kingdom people. Now, y'all already know, excuse me, I'm knocking stuff over. Y'all know them ones be trying to make it hard for you. Listen, the very fact they're trying to keep you small, what they doing is going through extremes to try to keep you small. I don't even want to go here, but I'm hearing black magic, blue magic, orange magic. Voodoo, hoodoo, poo, poo, woo, woo, goo, goo, gaga. Because that's how they be. They be wearing, I heard again this morning God say, they be like, why her? Why her? Why him? Why they get it? I heard today, God said it was speaking of some particular people, say they don't think you deserve. I said deserve. They don't think you deserve it. I said, why not? If you giving it to me. Who is they that say what you deserve and that? And they out here full of fear, full of wickedness. But anyway, I ain't mean to get all up in that. Do not be afraid, kingdom people. I know you not, but I'm just saying. But God is watching over you. God is with you. God is prospering you. And they're trying to keep you small so they can be who you really are. God is prospering you. They want to be that. But God is helping you. He's holding your right hand. He's with you. He the reason why you being what you are. How they gonna be who you really are when who you really are is who you really are with the help of God? How they gonna be? See, you gotta understand what I'm saying. Who you really are is connected to God helping you be who you really are. If God not helping them be who they really are, how is they gonna be who you really are? Well, we know they can't never be who you really are, but they trying. They're trying to keep you small, and they trying to keep be who you really are, so they can be what they see with you. But they don't have God's help. Kingdom people, I don't want to keep on. I'm not gonna do that, kingdom people. For real though, kingdom people. Them ones. Them ones. They either trying to keep you small or they was and failed epically. I heard it was an epic fail. They are trying to keep you small while they try to be who you really are, kingdom people. Okay? I don't listen. I gotta add this before I go. I don't care what they saying. These are the same people that talk stuff about you. They be like, oh, she ain't this and she they be arguing with you in the head. They want to argue with you for real, but you ain't got time for that. The people, we got bigger fish to fry. We got real stuff to do. We ain't got time for that nonsense. And they only mad because they small and they not us. Now, when I say small, I ain't trying to call nobody small, but y'all get what I'm saying. When you operating in that, you are small, and I'm just gonna say what I'm hearing, and you feel small. They feel small, but that's why they are trying to keep you small, but you not. They trying to keep you small or make you small, but you not, so they could be who you really are. Kingdom people, I'm gonna let that rest right there. If you like this video and or if it resonate with you, please just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Then click on that bell. First, click on that red subscribe button. And subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. Thank you. Then you'll be able to click that bell so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video, something like this from Kingdom People. If you are interested in any of the services that I presently offer, you can find all the information right down below in the description box. You can also find the link to my merch store as well with some Kingdom Business products and some other Kingdom Business stuff on there. And also, what else is down there, Kingdom People? I'm forgetting something. Oh, if you would like to be a blessing to the channel, to me and my ministry, you can cash at me at cash.me/$L Booker and the number 1. You can also PayPal me at paypal.me/LatriciaBooker. So, Kingdom People, we are history makers. We are real changes. We are dream successors. We are wealth generators. We are manifestors. We are curse breakers. And we most definitely are transformers. More than meets the eye. Yeah, Kingdom People, we are. Kingdom People, I love y'all so very much. Y'all just don't know. I got so much love for y'all. Yeah, I do appreciate y'all being here with me, spending this time. But Kingdom People, y'all know I don't want to leave you, but I do have to go right now. But I will be back to hold you down. With that being said, much love, light, and peace, and many blessings to you all. Kingdom People, that is my time. Jesus girl, she's out. Peace.